What is up guys, and welcome back to my channel. In this video I am taking you through my list of the very best high-end restaurants that you must try when you're in Colombo. This list is going to take you through the best of the Thai, Sri Lankan, Japanese and the world. So without further ado, let's get into it. Starting off strong with one of my absolute favorites, a place that I have been visiting since I was a kid and a place that's actually almost as old as I am, but we're visiting their newly relocated and rebuilt outlet here at Port City. This is Nihonbashi. Irashimasu! Alright, so we're starting off our night at the sushi bar. It's a bit of an action station, and we're trying out the tensabi temaki, which is a tempura prawn on cold wasabi rice. It's a play on temperatures, and it's actually one of Chef Darshan's original recipes. Alright, this is our next dish. This is the shake aburi, which is blowtorch salmon nigiri. One of my favorite parts in this restaurant is this room that we're dining in. As soon as you walk in, it takes your breath away. This room has been constructed with 1,000 bamboo trees grown here in Sri Lanka, hand painted, and the inspiration comes from the extremely famous Arashiyama bamboo forest in Kyoto. So now we're going to be having some sake, and I've chosen to have hot sake, and the really cool part is I get to select my sake cup from a range of handmade cups. I haven't had sake in a long time. I tried it many years ago and definitely have not tried warm sake. So this is their soupless ramen with freshwater prawns. Now the interesting thing is, usually when we come here we kind of stick to our favorites. Can't go wrong, but this time we are being introduced to a few of their best dishes, and it's really nice because it's a safe way to explore because you know they're going to be good. That's really nice. So here we have some assorted sashimi, and here we have the ajinigiri, which is chawali. This is their leaf tempura. This is the wine room. And as you weave your way through the wine and glasses, there is another lovely space here. You can see a theme throughout Nihonbashi that private dining is actually a really special part of it. It's meant to be enjoyed in groups, where you have your own bubble and space and enjoy your time here. Yes, and among all these fancy dishes, you have my humble shawanmushi. This is my favorite dish. I've been having it here at Nihonbashi for ages, and usually I have the basic one, but this one is their crab shawanmushi. Very excited to dig in. This is the olive oil kake thai cha, and it is essentially white fish on a bed of rice and an egg yolk, and we are going to be lightly heating up this olive oil and garlic mixture, and it's going to be poured over this, and it's going to slightly cook the fish and the egg yolk, and there's this lovely toasted garlic flavor. The egg yolk is just absolutely creamy and amazing. Wow. Our final dish for the night has arrived. This is the Shibuya French toast with kade pan. So I think this is just one of the dishes throughout the menu that you find that is what I said earlier, a little bit of darshan in his menu, because he is half Japanese, half Sri Lankan. This is a very popular Japanese dessert, but of course with the Sri Lankan twist of it being on kade pan. This looks so good. Piece of strawberry, crispy on the outside, soft on the inside. Sounds like a cloud actually. Every corner of this restaurant is an absolute love letter by Darshan Buridasa. There's so much attention to detail, and there's so many stories in every single corner. All these rooms have a little bit of history, have a little bit of a part of the old restaurant in here, and there's just so much of effort and attention put into this entire space that it really truly is a labor of love.
During the filming of this series, we also got the opportunity to interview some of the legends of the hospitality industry in Sri Lanka. And we'll be sharing these interviews on our second channel, This is Sri Lanka, which you can subscribe to through the link below.
Today we're taking you to a place that is not only known for its exquisite cuisine, but also stands tall in Colombo's culture as a fine example of a place that mixes hospitality, cuisine, and art very well together, and that is none other than Paradise Road Tintagel. One of the things that makes Tintagel extremely unique is this property, which was purchased by San Fernando. And what really makes it unique is it's actually very important in Sri Lankan history. It is the family home of Sri Lanka's as well as the world's first female Prime Minister, as well as Sri Lanka's first female President, Sirimawa Bandaranaike and Chandrika Bandaranaike respectively. So it is actually a piece of history found right here in Colombo. But the architectural beauty of this place is also something that is very unique. It adds so much depth to this property and is one of the reasons that I love it. But what's also really special is how San Fernando has been able to bring this property to life with his taste and his design, while also making it seem like every single piece of furniture, every single piece of artwork and every pillar has been there from the beginning. It doesn't look out of place. It actually adds even more depth and beauty to the property and the century that it came from. When it comes to food at Tintagel, the menu is a global one, which have been handpicked by the owners, and this is something that I really enjoy because there's something here for everyone, and they keep the classics in, but they do keep introducing new dishes. But there is a wide variety on their menus. Today we're having the pink salmon with cauliflower puree. Shehaan is having the ossobuco, which is the veal, and to start off our meals, I had the tuna carpaccio, which was delicious, so good, and Shehaan had the baked crab tart. The ambiance at Tintagel is definitely one where it's very elegant and sophisticated. This is a place you want to come when you want to be wined and dined, and it's very intimate, you know, even when you're dining outside here. It's very cozy, but at the same time there aren't a lot of people. Tintagel is a place where you can come for very romantic occasions, for proposals, for intimate dinners, because it doesn't get that crowded. It's a very special place in that sense, which I enjoy. And now for our favorite part, dessert. So these two are our absolute favorite desserts here at Tintagel, and you can find them at Gallery Cafe as well. And they have a wide variety of desserts that they have been updating throughout the years, but these two have stood really strong as crowd favorites in my opinion. Maybe Paradise Road will feel differently about it, but the double chocolate cheesecake and the chocolate nemesis are the two desserts that myself and my friends, every time we come here, we always seem to get these. These are our absolute favorites. Tastes exactly the same as the day I tried it for the first time, so I love that. And there's really nothing more to say about it, but honestly, even if you don't have time for a meal, you should definitely drop by to Tintagel or Gallery Cafe just to grab one of their delicious desserts. They have a wide variety of desserts, like I mentioned earlier, and a nice cup of coffee and take in the ambiance. Now we're at one of my all-time favorite restaurants here in Colombo. This is a Greek Sri Lankan fusion restaurant, and it is one of the first Greek restaurants to open in Colombo. We're at Shoulders by Harpos. Now the theme of the restaurant is to take Greek cooking techniques and flavors and ingredients and see how you can Sri Lankanize them while also keeping the authenticity or the dignity of the dish. And I think Shoulders does a really good job of achieving this. Let's get started and try out some of their favorite dishes. This is my all-time favorite dish. This is the karma salata. It is salted cod roe whipped with some lime and bread and salt and a lot of other delicious things to make a fabulous Greek dish. And this is the only dish that has an imported ingredient on the entire menu here at Shoulders, and I think that is so impressive. But I will never get over how good this tastes. And it's served with some freshly toasted pita bread. So we're starting off with the flaming saganaki. I know there isn't a lot here that's left. That's because it's so good. This is a Greek dish that is a perfect example of how it's been Sri Lankanized or have like aspects of Sri Lankan cuisine in it. Saganaki usually refers to this dish, which is translated to little frying dish, and it usually comes with melted cheese in it, but the shoulders version of it is an interesting spin because it's using a Sri Lankan sourced cheese, as well as there's a beautiful sweet apricot chutney that you have with it, and every single bite is perfection, and it's a great example of how fusion works in this restaurant because chutney is something that Sri Lankans love and are very familiar with. On this very spectacular flaming dish, the cheese is hot and the sweetness of the chutney, everything works so well together. That's why it's missing in action. Shoulders also is home to a fantastic bar, and it's becoming a great place for people to gather after work and grab a couple of delicious drinks and some food, because not only do they have the bar seating area, as you can see right behind me, they also have a massive outdoor area where you can hang out with your friends or a larger group of people and still enjoy the same drinks and food. So it's got a lot to offer. And it is finally time for the main course, and of course star of Shoulders by Harpos has to be the lamb shoulder. Now the thing that surprises people the most about this dish is that this shoulder is completely locally sourced. It is not imported. It is a local cut of lamb that has been cooked for a very long time with a lot of tender love and care until it just falls apart as you just kind of push it away with your fork. So it's been cooked really well. And the aspect of the localization here is this sauce, which is an arak and jaggery sauce. Arak is amazing with so many things, and jaggery is a local palm sugar. It's something that has been a part of Sri Lankan cuisine for centuries. This is Shoulders by Harpos ancient grain salad. And this is a spin on a Greek ancient grain salad, except we're using ancient grains from Sri Lanka, red cowpea, white cowpea. You've also got sunflower seeds, buffalo curds. But it's so interesting to reimagine these foods, but also to experience them in a new flavor profile. So I cannot wait to dig in. That was outstanding. And if I had to make a recommendation for who Shoulders by Harpos is for, I would say that if you're someone that loves to explore fusion cuisine, or you're someone who is really interested in what something so far apart from each other like Greek and Sri Lankan cuisine would taste like, this is definitely the spot. It is a gastronomical experience, and also their bar is just fantastic. It has such a nice ambiance. So even if you just want to come here and grab a few drinks, you're in town in Colombo and you want to go to a nice place to grab a few drinks, this place should definitely be on your list. Another restaurant that you must try when you're in Colombo is none other than Thai Boulevard. This place has consistently been serving up amazing Thai food for years in Colombo, and the locals love it. We love it and we are big fans. So let's go in and see what they've got. So it's finally time to eat, and everything smells so good. I cannot wait to dig in. And the beauty of Thai Boulevard is that everything here is really delicious, every single dish, and they have a huge menu, something that we ourselves haven't tried everything on yet. But of course these are our favorite dishes that we have ordered. We kind of tend to fall back on these because they're comfortable and we know that they're never going to disappoint us. However, if you are someone who has other Thai dishes that are your absolute favorite, I'm pretty sure you can find it on this menu. These are the dishes that we have gone for, starting off with a very basic but a cornerstone of Thai cuisine, green curry chicken. You know, we love it and we can't go anywhere without it. It looks amazing, smells amazing. Next up we have a dish that is so delicious. It is the crab meat in yellow curry. It is so luxurious to have this. If you love crab but you don't want the effort and the mess of breaking through it, this is great. The next dish is the fish kachai. This is something that I've tried only here. I haven't tried it in Thailand, but I'm pretty sure that it is an authentic dish. It is a fried crispy chili fish It's a little on the spicy side, but the meat inside is super soft. It's a very fast-moving dish at the restaurant as well, we've been told. So these are our favorites. Of course, we paired it with a raw papaya salad, and that is, of course, for that, kick freshness to bring it all together. And yeah, that's what we've gone with. Maybe it's a little basic, I don't know, but I was feeling a little adventurous and wanted to try some new dishes, but Shehaan was like, no, we gotta get the basics, we can't go wrong with it. So here we are. This place is perfect for groups. They have large seating available for like really big groups. They have seating even up to like 12 and upwards, private dining. So it's great. And actually I do recommend that you come here with at least 3 people. I mean, you can come with 2, we're 2 here today. But with 3, all the dishes seem to split very well and finish, whereas with 2, it might be a little extra. You'll have some to take away, or you have a big appetite and it's going to be just fine. But 3 or more is always great. So bring your friends and come here so you can order a number of dishes, and then you can try more things as well. Because I think, again, like Sri Lankan food, or even like Sri Lankan culture, that's how we like to dine out. We come with a lot of people, we order a bunch of dishes and we try it all, and it's like a shared experience. And I do believe Thai culture is also like that. And to wrap it up, we have the all-time classic mango sticky rice, and of course we have a sago dish here as well, which I am trying. Also very popular in Thai cuisine for desserts. Now we just wrapped up our main dishes, and honestly everything was top-notch as expected. And the thing about Thai Boulevard is every time we come, we order the same dishes and the taste is always consistent. You can depend on this place, and I love places like that. So we definitely recommend coming with your friends, coming in a group, and that's probably going to be the best way for you to experience Thai Boulevard. For today's dinner, we are going to be checking out a very old haunt here in Colombo, and it is found at the Renuka Hotel, and that is the Palmyrah Restaurant. This restaurant has been around for the last 50 years and has given itself a name for providing Colombo with some of the best authentic Jaffna cuisine that we can find on the West Coast. So let's go and have some. So as soon as you're done placing your order, the first thing you're going to receive is 2 cups of rasam and a plate full of papadums to get your manchri started. And this rasam is very good. It has a very unique taste to it, and I really like it. I'm gonna have a whole bowl of this. To start off our meal, we had to order the Jaffna Odia Cool straight off the bat. This is a must-have seafood soup. It is of course best when had in the north, and it's a soup that is very difficult to make at a restaurant. Usually it takes a long time of preparation, and it's usually something that you get together with the family and make together and have together. But I was really surprised when Palmyrah told me that they can actually give it to me in 10 to 15 minutes. So I am so excited to dig in. So I'm going to take you through some of the dishes that we ordered, starting off with the classic Purial curry. So Purial is a spiced, slow-cooked curry. It's a bit on the dry side. There's not much gravy, but it is a very authentic Jaffna dish that is loved by the community. So we had to get mutton because mutton is very special and very good up in the north. So we got the mutton one to try out. Then we've got a classic Sri Lankan dish popular amongst all the communities in Sri Lanka, which is isotel dala. It is a spiced, Sri Lankan spiced stir-fried prawn. As you can see, we have quite a few seafood dishes going on here, starting with the cool, going on to the prawns. And we also have a classic cashew nut curry. I love cashew curry. It is my weakness in life, I think. Next up, we have another special Jaffna dish, which is puttu. This one is a special type of pittu that has dried fish inside it, and it's steamed all together. It looks so appetizing. And of course, it comes with coconut milk to go on top of it. Shehaan, of course, was really feeling like a kottu, and he ordered the crab kottu here. Last but certainly not least, this was my introduction to Palmyrah Restaurant. We've got hoppers, and not just any hoppers, something that's special and it's hard to find when you're not close to a community where Tamil people are.
is milk hoppers. Milk hoppers I've only had in areas that have a bit of a Tamil community in that region. They're the only ones that make milk hoppers the way that they do. God, it's so good. So this is how I got introduced to Palmyrah Restaurant. One of my friends is craving milk hoppers and they dragged us here to have it. That was my introduction. We're also having an egg hopper. Oh, look at this beauty. Jaggery hoppers. This looks so good. I mean, look at it. I can't wait to have it, but of course that's going to be dessert. All right, time to dig in. And of course, it's not only just a place for Jaffna cuisine. Amongst that, within the menu, you find a lot of Sri Lankan dishes and a lot of dishes that Sri Lankan communities share when it comes to hoppers and kottu and isothel dala. What makes Sri Lankan food special is that each community has their own version of it or their own spin of it. And that's what you can find here with the puttu and the hoppers. And of course, each community has their own special dishes, like the kool, for example. So you can come here and try a variety of it. And I would say this is a good place to get your Sri Lankan / Jaffna cuisine fix in Colombo if you don't have time to go up north. If you're enjoying this video exploring the best of Colombo, do check out the rest of the Colombo series, where we share a local's guide to experiencing the best of this city. Next up, we have the newest addition on the hotel strip here in Colombo, the ITC. We are very excited to check out this place. There's a lot of buzz surrounding it, and today we're going to be trying out Avartana, which is their fine dining Indian cuisine restaurant, specifically South Indian. So I'm very excited to dig into this. Thank you. The newly opened ITC has a number of very exciting restaurants. Avartana, which is the one that we're experiencing right now, focuses on South Indian flavors and really elevating these very unique flavors that it contains within itself in a very fine dining manner. First dish of our menu has arrived, and this is the amuse-bouche. It is a palate cleanser, and it's going to kickstart our palate and get it ready and fresh to taste all the flavors that are going to be coming out of the kitchen. I can taste familiar Indian flavors in here. It's got a unique spin to it, and it's got a real freshness to it. I think it's a great way to start the meal. Creamy, it's tangy, it is delicious. These are chicken stir-fry balls that have been coated in a spice that is very popular and comes from the Andhra Pradesh in India. That is really yummy. I'm so glad I have two more. So good. Fine dining is like art. When you go to an art gallery, you need the artist or someone who knows the art to come and introduce it to you and tell you the components of it and how it has come to be and why it is the way it is. And here at a fine dining restaurant here at Avartana, the same thing happens. The chef, the artist sends the food out, and the staff know every corner and ingredient and flavor that's been used, why it's been used, where it's been sourced from, and they come and explain and give the backstory of every single dish. And it makes the experience so much more incredible, and it really makes you appreciate the dish that you're having as well. This is a shrimp and coriander dumpling, and the powder that you see surrounding the dish is a very famous Indian spice called gunpowder. And the reason why it's called gunpowder is because it's a mix of punchy Indian spices, and they say that when you taste it, it's like an explosion in your mouth. So we're nearing towards the end of our meal today, and what I have picked up so far is that Avartana does an amazing job of picking up some of the best flavors that represent Indian cuisine and highlight them in a very unique way
while keeping their integrity but also elevating their flavor. And so I'm really loving this, and I'm also excited because apparently they're going to be launching a similar menu but with Sri Lankan inspiration. So this experience here at Avartana has been very unique for me because it's not just Indian food. It's more like taking the best parts, the best flavors, the best ways of cooking in Indian food, and then taking that and elevating it to a fine dining experience, taking components and mixing and matching, and really just reimagining what we think of Indian flavors and Indian cuisine to be. I'm really happy with my experience here as Avartana here at ITC, and I wasn't sure about including this restaurant in this list because I hadn't been to it before, and so far all the restaurants that we've recommended to you guys are places we have been going to for years. Because ITC is new and has an amazing array of restaurants, and this one in particular was very hyped, we had to come here, and I really wanted to film this and see what I felt like before we shared it. And I thought we would film the whole thing, and if we weren't happy we wouldn't share it, but we are extremely happy. And if you're someone who likes Indian food and Indian flavors but also are really into trying flavors in like new and inventive ways, this is a must-have experience.
1, 2.
If there is one restaurant that you absolutely must try when you're in Colombo, it is the Ministry of Crab. In fact, for the longest time, the Ministry of Crab was the reason why people stopped over in the city of Colombo. It was to try this restaurant. Today, we're going to be going in and we're actually going to be dining with the founder, Chef Darshan Munidasa, and let's find out why this restaurant is so special. So come along. If you are a seafood lover and you've tried crab and you've tried mud crab around the world, you've probably heard of Sri Lankan mud crab. Sri Lankan mud crab is famous the world over as we export some of the best high quality mud crab to the rest of the world. However, that also means that in Sri Lanka, we never actually get to try the top quality mud crab until the Ministry of Crab opened up. What's really special about this restaurant is that they source the best export quality mud crab and they serve it right here. And this is going to be my first time trying it. Wow. It is most definitely one thing to dine at Ministry of Crab, but it is another to have the man himself run me through the dishes and explain it to me.
So let's start.
Yes, let's go.
So this is our oyster sixes, an ode to Kumar's and Mahela's day job. Oysters from Sri Lanka. They were shucked 6 hours ago and they are chilled bone cold. We use 3 sauces. One is fresh lime. This is an aged soy sauce that we age for about 2 months before we use with green chili and other spices. This is a homemade hot sauce made here.
Ready? That's good. I was worried about that. I've heard some people don't like oysters.
Now, this is our crab liver pate. 1% of the live crab weight in here.
Right.
So it's our caviar. These are little Melba toasties. So that's what we do in Singapore for the people to try it out.
Oh, that is really nice.
This is Kitul Tani.
Kitul Tani, lovely. Just a drop.
Garlic chili prawn. So in Japan, Japanese cuisine, every time you see a dish, a fish coming in or a prawn, the head is always to the left.
Right.
Like that.
Okay.
And when we did this, people couldn't get onto the fish.
Yeah.
So now we serve it at 12 o'clock. We want you to hold the prawn here, and go parallel and open it up.
Wow.
The best part about this is this sauce that the prawn has created.
Okay.
It is not a sauce made outside.
Okay.
It's a sauce made in the cooking process. But use this bread, soak up a little bit of this thing.
This is kadepang, toasted with some...
Apparently it's world's best garlic bread.
Wow. And that's just the sauce I'm eating so far. I haven't touched the prawn yet. So what are the spices that have been used to make this?
Chili flakes.
Just chili flakes and butter.
Olive oil.
Olive oil. And so that buttery taste is from the prawn. That's incredible. A little bit of Sri Lankan kadepan cloud. And some of the delicious prawn. The star of the show has finally arrived, and this is actually the 4th largest crab that you can find here at Ministry of Crab. This is the jumbo size. I'm very excited to dig in, but more so I'm going to let Darshan take over and tell us all about this dish.
So this is a 1.2 kilo crab. It's a male crab, and it's cooked. It's a pepper crab. The pepper crab in Singapore is a dry dish. So I want to create the opposite, which is wet. To make this dish, we spend hours of making a stock out of black pepper.
Okay.
And that black pepper is the sauce, which is a mixture of this crab and that dashi. We actually make the flavor of the crab travel from solid to liquid.
Having a pro deshell a crab for us. Very exciting.
So the way we crack the crab, you can do this.
Okay.
So this is a 1.2 kilo crab, right? Imagine if this crab is like 2 kilos.
Yeah.
This is like a filet mignon.
Yeah.
I want you to take this a bit warm,
Yeah.
wait a while, and I want you to eat it
Like a
like you would.
lollipop.
Yes. So that's not the crab lollipop. We have a crab lollipop.
So, and this is the part where you encourage people to dine with their hands, right? They
Yes.
absolutely pick it up and go for it.
So this is our crab lollipop.
Okay.
Okay. If you know the anatomy of a crab,
Yeah.
you can create a crab lollipop.
Oh, I see. And dip it into the sauce.
Now you gotta try this by yourself. Yeah. Go straight in.
So tender.
Take the whole thing.
So juicy. Fantastic. Incredible meal. As you can see, no holds barred. I have gone in with my hands. I have definitely employed the help of this lovely scoop and this claw as well. Between the two of us, we've shared a 1.2 kilo crab, I believe. So incredible, incredible flavor, so much of meat in it, and just all the condiments, the butter, the bread, everything just goes so well together. Like they said, it is truly fine dining, but as I look around, nobody is afraid to go all in with their hands. Nobody is being held back here, so it is absolutely wild and just an incredible experience. Loving it. Well, that's it for this one, guys. If you made it to the end of this video, then you are definitely gonna love the next one that we have in store for you, and that is the best bars of Colombo. So if you want to see that, make sure you hit that subscribe button and stay tuned. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.